All right.
Okay, and we are live. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, this is my first podcast. I'm very glad that it's the Sheasby Podcast. So thank you for having me on. Yeah, this is going to be a beginning of a great journey, and I'm glad I'm one of the guests. So thank you very much for having me.
no problem. You're an interesting guy. I think. We'll see. We'll find out more.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
first of all, do you wanna? I kind of already know this, but do you want to explain like why your like online name is Cotton Sam?
Yeah. So it's CottonSam because my name is Sam. It's actually Sleiman. It's in Arabic, and my last name is El Gatan, when Arabic means people who pick cotton. So, and basically, my family name is like the tribe who were like pick and make cotton. So, I just kind of switched those, just so no one can find me. No companies or any kind of like people that hate me can't find me. So, yeah, that's why I did it.
All right, cool. So, you're in the Middle East now, right?
Yeah, I'm in Kuwait right now, but my mom is from the U.S., hence like the accent and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like I've always been between two homes. Like
Oh,
I'm always
okay.
longing for a home. So either it's Kuwait or it's Michigan, which is in the U.S.
Oh yeah, yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, you say you kind of grew up between both, or
hmm
or did you ever like live in one more than the other?
No, I was born and raised here in Kuwait my entire life, but we would go to the U.S. during the summers. Um, but yeah, funny enough, I went to a fully Arabic school and everyone spoke Arabic fully, but I always had English as my main language for some reason. And
Mm.
I speculate here and there to see why. I think it's because my mom is like has such a strong presence in the house, and we all speak English in the house. So some people say your main language is what you speak in your household, or some other people say it's what your mother speaks. So I don't know. Who knows?
So you can speak Arabic?
I speak Arabic fluently. Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm.
Very nice. Do you like QA? Is it? I literally don't know much about it apart from
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good, bro. You can ask away. Do I like Kuwait? I think
is it like
I don't know.
hot?
It's hot. It's really hot. It's one of the hottest countries in the world during the summer. So yeah, I just went through a summer here and it's pretty freaking hot. So yeah. I don't know. I mean, you'd have to be more specific. Like, I don't know if I can give an overview. It's
Is it
you want like the history or do you want like
is
what
it
it's like with like yeah.
like is it quite different to like say America? With like
Oh yeah.
kind of like how it looks and stuff, and also like the culture.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, listen, I think a good comparison would be to Dubai. So
Dubai. Okay, yeah, I know
yeah,
Dubai a bit better.
yeah. It's not like as crazy as Dubai. It's more like conservative. It's we don't have as many like touristic attractions and stuff like that. But it's that's I feel like that's the closest thing that you could maybe compare it to. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Do they have
so,
zero tax there? Because I know Dubai does, because they got all the
yeah,
oil.
zero tax, nothing.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a privilege. I'm very thankful to be living here. So
Because
yeah,
yeah, I know a lot of the crypto guys just move into Dubai.
because there's no tax, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's
It's
yeah,
probably the most upcoming city, I'd say,
for sure.
right now.
Hmm.
Is there a bunch of like supercars?
There really, I mean, there is. I've been there like twice, and I was there recently. You can actually ask Mia. She lives there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, it's like how you see it in the movies and in the TV shows. Like it's legit like that. So
How about in Kuwait though? Or
yeah, there's
yeah,
supercars
is
here. I
it?
saw McLaren yesterday. Like I was out
Yeah.
with some friends and just casually see a McLaren. The reason why Kuwait is so wealthy, by the way, is because we have a good amount of oil
Mm.
reserves. oil and gas, but also our population is so small. There's only about I think it's at 3 million right now, Kuwaitis. While back in like the 80s and the 70s, we were only at like a million, our population. So yeah, that small population with the large amount of oil, you can just share the wealth with the society. So then we get free healthcare. I mean, the government gives out houses when you get married, or sorry, not houses, land. Um, there's no tax. We get paid well, so we're very privileged, man. It's not something that happens everywhere in a lot of countries.
Yeah, sounds
So
good. I mean, apart from the heat, maybe.
yeah, apart from the heat for sure.
All
But
right.
yeah,
I'll get onto your channel now. So, how did
mm.
you kind of like, what prompted you to start your channel? And
what what
your
what? Sorry,
links,
sorry.
your link will be like, of your channel will be in the description.
Yeah.
What prompted you to first start your channel?
What prompted me to first start my channel? I think I've always been a person where I wanted to kind of like put my ideas out, but I never really like, I don't know, like I'm kind of crazy. Like there are parts of my life where I'd be like, oh, I want to write a book, or oh, no, I want to make music, like, or I want to do this, or I want to record. Like I seem to just want to like create things. So it wasn't until I came upon Andrew Kirby's video about him becoming financially free and him setting up this school where a bunch of people are going to come together, a bunch of content creators called synthesizers are going to come together and basically just support each other and keep each other accountable. And it's like, yeah, it's a community for these types of people.
Yeah, it's
I
very
was
good.
like,
If you're
I
not,
was like, man, sign me up! Like, this is awesome. So, yeah, that's how I joined, bro. It was literally just Andrew Kirby, as well as Naval Ravikant. His stuff is really good
yeah.
about creating content and having like passive wealth and stuff like that.
So how long ago did you start
Start what?
your channel?
I started about 2.5 months ago,
Okay.
and it literally started with my first video called "Why Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is one of the most important albums ever." I know it's a long title, and it's basically about this album that came out that one of my beloved artists released an album. He was talking about childhood trauma in the album and stuff like that, and some like really deep stuff and addiction. So I was really a big fan of this other doctor who was like an expert in addiction and childhood trauma. So I kind of thought like, oh, why don't I link them together in a video? So that's what that video is. That's how it started.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw in your what was it, getting up early video, you were linking in stuff from Andrew Huberman. So
Yes,
I do like videos like that where people bring stuff together. Well, that is basically
yeah,
synthesizing, isn't it? But from
that's
like different
exactly what it is.
sources,
Yeah,
so you don't have to go around and find it all. Now,
yeah,
speaking about your other video, what was it? David Goggins is like the greatest philosopher of our time.
yeah.
Didn't you get a bit of backlash for that video?
I did. Yeah, that's interesting. You bring that up. Yeah. So, yeah, I think David Goggins, as you all know, is like such an important figure in our times,
Who's
and
gonna
he's
carry the
helped me.
boats?
What's that? Yeah,
Who's gonna carry the
who's gonna
boats?
carry the boats? Yeah. So, man, I was just so inspired by his story, and I think his message needs to be heard by so many people in our time, man.
Yeah,
Like when I was in college, like I feel like his message would have resonated with so many people. And the story, the bottom line basically behind the story is that he's a person that has not privileged, that has gone through so much in his life, so much like BS. He was not dealt a good deck of cards in the beginning of his life,
yeah,
but he took that and he flipped it on its head and he turned it around and made himself like he created a good life. I think the essence of that is like, I don't know, like transforming something shitty into something beautiful. And I don't know, I just think that's amazing. And to see someone do that, um, it resonates with me, and I'm sure it resonates with a lot of people.
Yeah,
Would you say so too, Owen? Like,
yeah.
you
I've read
relate to
it. It was a really good book. If anyone's wondering, it's called "Can't Hurt Me" by David Goggins. But I assume pretty much everyone who's listening to this probably already knows that.
yeah.
Um, so so yeah, okay. You thought his message and philosophy should be shared. Okay, yeah, I agree with
So
that.
yeah, I basically like had this title, and I didn't want it to be clickbaity, but I don't know. I just
Semi,
put
yeah, I
in,
know what you mean.
yeah, David Goggins is the greatest philosopher of our time, and I posted this on the Reddit website, the philosopher subreddit, and man, like I was not expecting this. I got so much hate. I actually didn't share the DMs on school with you guys, but man, I was like battered. Like the
Like,
post was down, thumbed down so much, and I got just comment after comment, like, yeah, and I'm the greatest astronaut in the world. Uh, and then I don't know, some other guy was like, how is this post on the subreddit? Please get rid of this. Obviously,
Jesus.
people don't understand like what's going on. And man, bro, I'm just getting started with this video stuff, and man, it hurt. Like I'm not gonna lie, like
Yeah.
I was working on that video for 3 weeks, and I put my like heart into it. For someone to just bash it like that, man, it hurt for sure.
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah, I know.
um,
What a
but
nice outcome, yeah.
I don't know. Like, I guess that's publicity for you, though, right? Yeah, yeah. Did you get like a lot of views off of that, or people didn't even bother to click? They read the title and they were like, "This is
No,
outrageous."
no. I mean, I didn't get a crazy amount of views. So I don't know about that saying, there's no good or bad publicity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a lot of good like support, obviously. So what happened was I was confused. Like, am I right? Am I wrong? Can I even call him a philosopher? Like, um, these are the questions within my head. But when I posted it on school, I basically received a lot of support from you guys, and
It's
I
very
really
supportive.
appreciated that because there's a difference between my family, my friends telling me, "Hey, you're all right, you're all good," like, just ignore the haters. But obviously, they love me and they don't want me. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna be on my side naturally. So
Yeah.
have an outside output. The school was just amazing for that. So I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah, it is very supportive.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So for any content creators listening to this, or future synthesizers,
I'll
um,
drop the link as well in the
yeah,
description.
I'm telling you guys, if there's anyone out there who wants to synthesize or create content or generate wealth online through content creation, I think school is just amazing for networking with people. And just the story that I just explained to you, the support that you get is just amazing. There's not one post that's ignored. At least one person likes every single post, and that's what I noticed, and I really appreciated that. So,
It's
um,
powerful how people like on other sides of the world all like working towards similar goals. Um,
yeah.
and it's almost like it's a pretty unique environment, I think, because I think that'd be hard to find in real life
Oh,
unless
for sure.
you had a bunch of people who were making content near you, but they're not that common. Well,
Yeah,
common-ish, but
yeah. Well, it's also because we only have like 2,000 members, and when I joined, it was 1.3.
hmm
So,
I
I
th-
mean, I feel like that small community, it's still. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, yeah. Because
it's.
I've heard people talk about this before, where when communities get too big, they actually get worse
Yeah.
because they lose that feel and people don't know each other as much. Um,
Yes.
so I'd be interested to see how that goes. Um, but I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think it'll be okay. My solution to that would be to divide. Actually, I don't know if that's a good idea, but I don't know. Make subgroups within that own community so that people can speak and they can get to know each other
People are
within that.
kind of doing that already. I think, to be honest, um, you
That's
have
right. Yeah.
people creating like chat groups and stuff. So yeah, I think it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Um, Linking back to the David Goggins thing, do you still believe he's the best philosopher of our time, or did you have a bit of a think after
I
the?
did, man. I did. Like, man, I'm not someone who's like head on with my opinion. I like to challenge my opinions as much as possible.
Yeah, that's good.
So, I thought to myself, I was like, is he really a philosopher, and is he even the greatest of our time? And I mean, listen, I didn't like do a bunch of research on all our current philosophers and then come up with this conclusion. Like, I don't have a ranking system, and that's what a lot of comments were saying. They were like, "What are the metrics you use to make such a vast claim?" And I'm like, "Bro, I don't know. It's just like a title. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I know. YouTubers do that a lot. It's kind of like semi clickbait. I think
yeah,
it's people usually like forgive it though, as long as like the video is actually interesting.
yeah,
Um, I mean, Mr. Beast does it. Even like a lot of the big ones do. They
sure.
kind of, I
Just
guess,
exaggerate it a bit.
exaggerate. Yeah, yeah,
Sure, for sure. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, I basically had to play devil's advocate and think, oh, is this guy even a philosopher? Honestly, I've come to the conclusion he is,
yeah. I think.
because what was really happening was there's two like definitions of philosophy. The original definition is a person who loves wisdom and who wants to seek truth. And that
Mhm.
was the definition I used for David, right? He's
Yeah,
he's relentless in wanting to seek the truth. And he goes through vast amounts of physical pain to seek that truth. But the other definition is a new definition where it's a person who contributes to a branch of philosophy, so in the
right.
study itself.
Mm,
So I
yeah. Okay.
yeah. So I went into the subreddit with a bunch of people who were like studying philosophy, and I'm basically just sharing this video saying, "Oh, this is the greatest philosopher of our time."
Well,
It just makes sense. So
I've just pulled up the definition here, and the third one it says coming up for me is a person who is calm and rational under any circumstances.
yeah.
I think David Goggins is pretty stoic.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah, more than anyone. I think so. Like, the amount of shit he's gone through, bro. Like, I don't know if anyone. There's a lot of people on this earth that can like replicate that.
It is a
Would you
very,
agree?
very good book. Yeah, yeah. He is, well, yeah. I mean, went from like being obese basically to running like 200-mile races, became a
Yeah.
Navy SEAL, all that stuff. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. Um,
But
yeah.
yeah,
What was I going to say next? um,
very good.
can't
Are
remember.
these questions all for me? Like, I want to ask you some questions too.
You can ask, yeah, yeah, sure. I mean, I sometimes write. I have like a few ideas next to me here, but we don't have.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not really strict on it. I kind of just see how it flows. I think it goes better
Okay.
that way.
Gotcha. I like the structure of your podcast. It's like you make the first of all you make the guests feel very welcome because you have a greet and then you ask all these questions. I think it's great. But I want to like get to know you
Yeah,
about your
yeah,
journey.
sure,
So
sure.
yeah, do you have 20 minutes? Is that all you have left?
Well, I was gonna jump on the other call after this,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Okay.
yeah,
I was going to too. Okay. All right. I just wanted to know.
you can
So
come.
what? Yeah. Go ahead.
We can do another one sometime if you want.
Sure. I'd be down for sure. Um, so what was your journey like? Like, how did you get started, and how did you do it at such a young age? So for the people listening to this, man, Owen is like he's like the golden boy, right? He's the youngest one, but man, he's like smart and he's like throwing out all these quotes and like this kind of like wisdom. I'm like, where's this coming from? So,
Yeah, I'd say I'm not that similar to people my age.
mm,
I think I kind of talked about this on the other one, but I think actually I owe this to Instagram fake gurus
mm.
as the beginning. So
Like
I,
who? Ty Lopez?
yeah, I honest,
Really?
maybe I'm not sure of him
Wow.
exactly, but
Mm,
so yeah, I used to. How many years ago was this? When I was so I'm 16 now, nearly 17. So when I was like 13, 14, I used to play like video games a lot and
mm.
procrastinate and all that stuff, and just not really being that productive.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, you're 13, bro. Like, to give you props, like
yeah, yeah, I know, I
nobody was
know.
productive at 13. But yeah, continue.
So then I think I saw like these ads online of these people
Mm.
like going to like different countries, like on yachts and stuff with like
Mm.
Lamborghinis or whatever. So I was like, oh,
Okay.
that looks quite cool. I'd like that. So then I
Mm.
sort of kind of got into the, I guess, the finance, money kind of side of self improvement first. So I was reading books like Rich Dad Poor Dad. I was like watching videos about it and stuff.
Mm.
So that was quite, for yeah, I'd say Rich Dad Poor Dad and The 4 Hour Work Week were the two books which really just like kind of completely shattered my views. And I guess
At 14, you were reading that.
uh, yeah, probably 14, um,
You hear that,
maybe
guys?
15, but
Wow.
I've always been a big reader. Like even when I was younger, I used to read like just like non fiction,
Yeah.
fiction like novels and stuff. So yeah, shout out to my parents for getting me into reading because I think that has actually had a really big um, benefit. Yeah. So
Mm.
then I was also getting into fitness more. I think it just kind of linked. I started an Instagram page about like investing because I was like, wow, the people around me literally, well, like the kids, because they weren't teaching it, they don't teach it at school, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I think I might be able to help them out a bit. Um, so I started making content around that, grew that to like 1,300 followers or so in like a year,
Wow. Wow. Wow.
which was decent. I feel I could have done. I knew a guy who was. We basically started at the same time. He got to 10K. We were growing at like the same rate, but then I had like
Mm.
mock exams and stuff, so
Mm.
I was kind of took the foot off the gas a bit, which I've thought about. Maybe I could have had 10K, but you know, it is what it is. And then I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
getting more into fitness and also just general like productivity, like watching channels like Andrew Kirby. Um, then I decided I want to do more with fitness, so I started my fitness channel, which is like
Mm.
fitness, health, just general, overall how health really, diet and stuff like that.
And that's your current channel right
That's
now.
what I'm currently focused on. Yeah, I've stopped focusing. I basically paused Instagram. I don't know if that's gonna. I don't. I just. It's all right. I don't really like Instagram as a platform that much compared to like YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, I wanted to focus more on fitness, so that might come back maybe one day.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
and then I also started a podcast, obviously.
The
um,
podcast,
I,
yeah.
I and that was just well, I have listened to a lot of podcasts. I listened to quite a few like Joe Rogan, Tim Ferriss,
Mm.
who else? Lex Fridman, people like that.
Mm.
A lot of the big podcasts, and I was
I
pretty
love. I
interested
love
in
that.
them.
Yeah.
So and then I don't know. I think it actually first started was me and my brother. Like, he's younger than me. He seems to get featured in literally every episode so far.
Yeah.
People are interested.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have like we talk a lot about this kind of stuff. I guess I'm kind of I don't know teaching him. I guess
Mm.
trying to
Mm.
guide him this
And how
way.
old's your brother?
He's 11 right now.
Oh my God.
So
It's like a competition between you guys. Like,
he actually
who?
has
How
more.
young can he be? To be a successful synthesizer? Like, wow.
No, and I don't want to like. I'm not like forcing him into it and stuff. He
Yeah.
actually started his YouTube channel before me, and actually
Yeah.
has more subscribers. So yeah, uh,
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
he's on
Props to you guys.
1,600, I think.
Wow.
So yeah,
Props, bro.
but
And
he's enjoying that. Pardon?
sorry, what kind of content does he make?
He makes Minecraft videos.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah,
Bro, that's amazing.
yeah. So yeah, I'm not. I don't want to make it look like I'm making him do this. You must read Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah.
No. So
Yeah.
he basically we would talk about this stuff, and I just thought it was pretty interesting. I was like, well, other people might find this interesting, so I
Mm.
thought, well, just might start a podcast then. And then now I'm kind of trying to get more people on, trying to get to know more people who are like-minded, trying to go for like a similar goal. Um, yeah, and then we're kind of here, I guess.
Can I just say, Owen, I think you really are creating a lot of value here for future synthesizers.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, I just the fact that we're a bunch of synthesizers in the school sharing our story showing our beginning, because the future can only go up with the amount of work we're putting in.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm confident that you are gonna blow up and be very successful, as well as me and your little brother,
I am.
and
Yeah, I
hopefully,
believe in you and
yeah,
him. Yeah,
and him and everyone on this podcast. So I think it's gonna be great, man. This video is gonna linger on for years and years. So
yeah. I really
um,
hope so. Yeah, I think also that's another thing I didn't really mention is I have watched a lot of videos. Like I used to consume a lot. I think the average thing at the start when you get into self improvement, you're just watching videos, maybe not taking that much action. But I felt
yeah,
like now I've people have literally strangers online who literally just make videos have changed my life.
mm, mm.
So I guess maybe I
True.
also feel a bit of like a debt of gratitude, maybe, and maybe
Yeah,
that's part of the reason I want to try and give back.
yeah.
That is the thing I think a lot with my videos. Like, how could, if I was like my younger self, how could I make something that would help them, basically?
Mm, brilliant. Yeah, it seems like this strain of, I don't know what it is, and I don't want to, like, I always try to figure out how things are, but like, what led you and your brother to kind of start this journey and do something that no one else your age is is doing? And I don't know, maybe it's just runs in the family, like you guys don't care about what others think or what others are doing, or you don't follow the herd, because I don't know, I'm amazed, man, that at such a young age you guys are doing this. So yeah.
Yeah. Just trying to think if there's anything else. I guess I've always been like good at school, so
Mm,
maybe I knew I was capable of stuff.
mm,
Um, I also got into stoicism a lot because of like Andrew Kirby and stuff, and
mm.
I think I talked about this with Corey a lot. Like the memento mori thing, like basically changed my life as well because I was like, well, this is it. From what we know, this is one shot, so might as well do something good with it. Um,
Wow. Wow.
it's hard to say, to be honest, because it was. I'd say it's people talk about like transformations, but they really do not happen overnight. Like this was like probably like 2, maybe nearly 3 years of getting like better over time.
Mm,
I didn't just wake up and I was just like, damn, let's do all of this. But obviously,
yeah.
like at the start, if anyone listening, I had like doubts and stuff, and I've had people like make fun of me and stuff. But
Mm.
now I'm just, it's nothing. I don't think there's anything anyone can say really.
That's what I'm trying to say is, like, you did, like, because I've experienced this before where I used to have a friend group and we used to have shared ideas and activities, but anytime I wanted to veer off and do something different, or even start this growth self transformation journey, it wasn't always welcomed, and I never understood why. And
Mm,
then I finally understood that it's like people or a lot of friends want you to be the same
yeah,
because they don't want to see you change, because they like what they're seeing in front of them. And I just couldn't understand that because I always, like, wanted to grow. I wanted to change. So there were only a select amount of people that continued to support me throughout my growth, and I really appreciate those people. So, man, it is painful though to kind of have that social rejection of,
yeah, definitely.
you've experienced it, right?
Yeah, because I guess my friend groups changed a lot. I think as I was trying to improve, because
Mm,
I basically just couldn't stay around them anymore
yeah.
because it was just like pretty much constant negativity, I guess.
Mm,
And I guess I would say it's got smaller. My friend groups have got smaller as this has gone on, which I don't think is necessarily bad. I'd rather have like fewer people who are like positive and actually going the same direction
mm,
than like loads of people who are kind of trying to just
mm.
hold you
Doing
back, I
whatever.
guess.
Yeah.
But it is definitely hard, yeah, if anyone's trying to start something new. Um, yeah, you probably will have opposition. I think also the thing that helped me a lot was I saw that it helped some people. Like there was people on like the Instagram, like random people just like, oh yeah, thanks, I learned something from this or whatever. And then on the videos, it was like, oh thanks, I really see like potential in your channel and stuff. I hope,
Yeah.
and people like, I had like less than 100 subscribers, and there's people like, I hope you get to 1,000 subscribers soon. And I was like,
Mm.
what? These people actually
Yeah.
like these videos.
Wow.
And even though, like, people say that like hate hurts more than love helps, is something, do you know what I mean by that?
Yes.
Like, how
Yes.
one negative comment feels worse than the positivity from one positive comment. But I don't, I focused on the positives as much as I could. And I just
Mm.
thought, even if there's like 50 people who say like, why are you doing this? This is stupid. If there's like 5 people out there who have said, you helped me,
Mm.
I'm willing to do that. But I think I
Mm.
also read a fair amount about stuff like this, how I think if you help one person, it's worth it. And a lot of the time,
Mm.
people who are trying to like hate on you or hold you back, they don't think as much as they don't care about you as much as you think. Like,
No. No.
it might just be a passing comment to just try and get other people to laugh, and then
So
you'll be like sitting at home later like, oh my god, why did they say that? So horrible.
yeah. And can I just inject something in here? Is that
Sure.
I don't know how you can watch someone genuinely trying to improve their life and other people's lives and clown them for it. Like, how can you not see, even if it's, let's say, worst case scenario, it's a bad video, the quality isn't good, or the content isn't that good. Man, can you not at least see the effort that's being put in? He's at least the person's trying. So I always try to look at the bright side of things. So I can't relate to these people that drop a dislike or a hate comment on like a small channel just trying to improve. Like,
Well,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, definitely. I think one thing that helped, well, kind of, I think it's from Gary V that like, kind of, I guess, changed my view a lot. Was he's saying they are in a bad place. Like you said, you can't understand why someone would do that. It's because, well, they're probably miserable. Like, I don't think anyone who's happy would do that, or like
Yeah.
content with their situation. Um, is going to
So
come
they're
and spread hate.
projecting, in other words, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Projecting, yeah.
I think the sayings like hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
If that,
Hurt people hurt more people.
yeah. But that's why, like, if I ever see anyone I know like starting something new, even if they're starting with like 0 followers or whatever they're doing, I always try and support them. Like, I'll send them a
Mm.
message or comment or like or whatever,
Yeah.
because
Same.
I know what it's like to be like at the bottom and people not, well, I wouldn't say I'm at the top, but a bit
Yeah.
bit further away from the
But
bottom.
yeah. You're not
um,
at the block bottom.
people, I know what it's like to have people like make fun of you and like not support you. So I want to try and be one of those people who kind of helped inspire me. I want to help them because that's the thing. I get inspired by people who are trying. Like, even if I see some like chubby guy like running down the street, it's like he's probably doesn't look like he's having a great time and he's
Yeah.
struggling, but
Yeah.
I really respect that because it's very uncomfortable, especially if you're already unfit, to
Oh
try
yeah.
and get fit. Like, if you're already fit, it's not so hard. But
No.
anyone I see trying, I never make fun of them anymore. I don't know if I ever
No.
did, but like I just
Yeah.
have a lot of respect for literally just anything, because life is not easy. Life is not easy,
No.
and
Fuck no, it's not,
doing
dude.
pretty much anything different is scary, and you will have
Yeah.
people against you. But I want to try and be one of those people who is motivating people, because that's what we need, more positive people who are trying to improve the world. So if I can
Oh,
help them,
preach.
then yeah, I guess I've done something positive and helped them do something positive, because people have
Yeah.
helped me start that. So it's just good for everyone. There's not really anything good coming out of hating people.
Preach, bro. Yeah, I think that's a great parallel you brought up, was the gym thing. It's like that's the same concept, but just in a different way. Like, seeing someone who's obese at the gym working out, is your reaction to make fun of him, or not motivate him, and stuff like that, or discourage him, or do you show him support? So yeah, I feel like that's a great parallel too.
Oh yeah, there's one quote I just remembered is making fun of a fat person at the gym is like making fun of an unemployed person at a job interview.
Yeah. That's a good quote. Yeah,
Because it's like,
that's true.
how do they get? So you're judging them for not being I don't know, I guess where you're at or
Yeah,
better than they are. Well, how do
yeah,
they get there? Well, they're trying. I mean,
yeah. Yeah. You're right. It's like you're judging them for being obese or something like that, but they're actually trying to change that. So like you're contradicting yourself if you judge a person like
yeah,
that.
exactly. It just doesn't make sense. Honestly,
Yeah,
it comes from emotions than logic, really.
yeah. Okay, Owen. Listen, I'm first of all, yeah. I'm sorry again
It's
I was a
fine.
little late to the podcast.
It's all right. It's all right.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, let's do this again, man. It would be a pleasure. I have so many more questions to ask you. I
Sure.
feel like you're a really interesting dude, and I feel like we'd have some great conversations. For anyone watching right now, please subscribe to the Sheasby Podcast. He's gonna be coming up with great content. Just wait. This is just the beginning. So
You
thank
can
you, everyone.
leave a review as well if you
Yeah,
want. And also, CottonSam YouTube channel. Is there anything will be in the description? Anything else people can find you on? Or
no, it's just YouTube right now.
so yeah, he's making videos on. Hang on, I've got it by here. Science, philosophy, and music. Didn't really get
Yep.
into the music, but we can talk
Yeah.
about that another time. All right.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Owen. Cheers.
You're a great guy. Bye.
Thank you. You too, bro.